What's going on, YouTube? We gonna kick it old school today, man. I know I do GTE and GC3 a lot because it's confusing for people. But it's been a while since I drove an old school car, and it's actually something that I wanted to do back in the day. Didn't have the skill set, didn't have the know-how to record. This is back on PlayStation. With that being said, it's classic F1 cars, 1967 on Assetto. Some room is still kind of in the same spot it was, but we're going to hop on Assetto Corsa, and we're going to drive the Lotus 49 and the Ferrari 312/67. But like I said, it's fun, right? Because I mean, the only thing that's missing, in my opinion, is the H pattern shifter. But now that I've gotten more skilled at racing, and it's kind of got the idea because I was listening to a video on Lotus 72, I think, and they were talking about the cigar cars, and I was like, oh yeah, there was two of those on original Assetto Corsa that I never got around to. So we're gonna go ahead and hop on those today. I don't know what track we're gonna do yet, but stay tuned. All right, we're doing 60 late. All right, guys, we're doing 67 F1 season. Now, as you guys can see, these are throwbacks. Got the whole idea. It's something I wanted to do actually back when I was on PlayStation like years ago, but I just wasn't nice enough. I tried to take them to Spa. Lessons learned. But these are actually called. This was nicknamed like the Cigar Era because the radiators were actually in the front of the cars, and it wasn't a lot to it outside of that. And it's so the Lotus actually has a Ford engine, and the Ferrari has a Ferrari engine, obviously. But you can see these cars still went 200 miles an hour, which is crazy to think about in 1967. Not huge horsepower cars, but I figure why not? Let's go to a track that's a little less dependent on aero and just see kind of which one they have. So this one is they're both 3 liters. But the Cosworth is the Ford is a DFV, which is like this big deal for F1 engines, and a lot of people consider it to be one of the best engines. And then the Ferrari is actually a V12. But let's go ahead and hop on track and go ahead and compare them. All right, Red Bull Ring. I'm gonna do one lap on. I got no. I'm gonna do one lap with the. And do some commentary. Oh yeah, see, these cars don't have aero, so the steering it's gonna be all over the place. I really wish yeah, I really wish Lotus would have, or Ford would have came back with Lotus instead of Red Bull, but If you don't know me, like, I'm a huge Lotus fan. Like, the older stuff is cool, but like the 90s road cars combined with their like racing history, and really I'm learning how bad the brakes are on this car. I have to stop treating it like it's a 20, like it's a modern car, even though it's lightweight. um that doesn't mean it's gonna stop amazing. But it's crazy to think about the power these cars put out and how fast they went, for how the lack of safety nets that they have. But yeah, these the V8, it the V8 has some kick to it. It feels punchy. I think I'm more laughing at the oversteer that this thing puts out. Yeah, it wants to oversteer. You can see that top speed is there. Such a cool car, man. Love how you can see the exhaust down below. But yeah, that thing wants to step out on me. I have no idea which one I'm gonna go faster in, but obviously this is gonna be my favorite of the two. And what's crazy too about this is like how much of the driver's like body you can see, right? Um, yeah, I was listening to a video talking about I think the 72 and how they move the radiator to the side and all of that. But look how cool this car is, guys. It's in a lot of games. It is in iRacing, for example. But we're big Assetto Corsa fans over here. Anyways, let's go ahead and switch to the Ferrari. And then we'll rank them as far as lap times go. I will get my fastest lap on camera, but I'm not going to record every single lap because I think it's going to take a while before I get something I'm happy with because the car drives so differently. All right, Ferrari 312 slash 67. Bundle of Snakes is always cool, man. Where you can see all the exhaust right here. And I'm actually nerding out more than I thought I would. But super old. Let's go ahead and take her on track. Being a V12, I'm not sure if it's gonna bite my head off or not. Uh-oh, it feels faster than the Lotus, but it's the same thing. Like, I'm not going side to side on purpose. Yeah, any era of F1 is sick. I will say that. This is before aerodynamics became a thing, but it's so rapid. Like, it's so fast. Yeah, it is very fast. Sounds great too. It moves a lot during braking. And it's actually fun. Uh-oh. Yep. Humble pie, right? So I think that's telling. Maybe I'm pushing harder than I did with the Lotus. But it's funny, I was talking to my buddy last night about how I'm gonna do this video, and he was asking like what's better, and this is like a really like broad question. He's like V8 or V12, and I'm like, it depends. What's it for? I like, is there a turbo into the formula? Is it NA? He's like, NA V12, what's better? I'm like, well, my thinking is if I can get the power with a V8, I said a V8 simply because that's enough power to that's enough power to meet most like driving. But you know, V12 probably gonna be smoother, rev a little better. And speaking of that, this thing revs up to 9. I'll pay attention on the Lotus when I switch back over. But it moves around a lot, man. Fun cars, man. I'm excited to see which one I can actually lay down better. I was thinking about actually downloading Brands Hatch just to because I feel like that fit old cars a little better. But why not? We'll keep it. We'll go Red Bull Ring. Really, nothing. No reason to make me pick it outside of why not. But this definitely sounds great. I will give it that. Um, let's see which one goes quickest now. So I will be right back. And the car I do the race with, it will be the one that I went quicker in. Of course, I'll still get those times for you guys and have them down below. All right. Fastest lap was a 135.627. Um, just wanted to show a little bit of gameplay from it. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm cheesing, having way more fun than I thought I would. The car moves so much, it's so active, and it takes way more skill. Like, big lockup, and somehow I managed to stay on the track, so no penalty, I guess. But it takes a lot more skill for sure. There's always that constant threat of oversteer. It doesn't understeer as much as I thought it would, considering the lack of front end grip. Even then, you see, like I'm locking up a lot. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop over to the Lotus now. This was very fun though. Really fun car, I think. And then the other part, when you're driving, with the exhaust being up top like that, in the mirrors you can actually see flame popping out. So like when you're downshifting, it will be so much more fun with the H pattern shifter. It's a lot. It's easy to get caught up in the modern GT3, GTE, LMDH, but these older cars, when you drive them, they're so much more lively. Let's go ahead and move over to the Lotus now. Alright guys, call myself trying to race and do this outro, but thank you for tuning in to another episode of Apex Vision TV. I did end up going faster in the Ferrari, which kind of hurt my own feelings, but I was slowly gaining more confidence with the Lotus, and I did 2 less laps. But I mean, these aren't cars that are esports cars. Or, you know, I just wanted to have some fun driving some cool old stuff today, and both of them are fun cars. They feel like go-karts with their lack of weight. Sitting here thinking about it, I think I got less understeer with the Ferrari. So maybe that's why I went quicker. But both fun cars, man. I don't think... I know they have mods and stuff, but the licensed actual like race cars are kind of my happy land, just because the feedback is there and all of that. Does this lap time thing put the Ferrari in front? Absolutely not. It never will. But that Ferrari does sound good as it blows past me. But anyways, appreciate you guys tuning in. And oversteer like crazy. The braking distance is just so much further with these cars. I'm getting the hang of them as I'm getting passed by the computer. Ugh. Anyways, Apex Vision out, guys.